Oh, hey. Okay, okay. Put this up. There it went. There it went. Did you see that? That was nice, wasn't it? All right. I should have got this up here before I hit that button, but I didn't. It doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. Cool. All right. Let me get live on this one right here. Um, should have done this already as well. Unmute that. How about that right there? Did that work? Cool. All right, we're going live on the audio now. Hey guys, how you doing? Good, good, good. Really good to hear that. So today we are going to be talking about all sorts of random things in the sports world. I took a little note from my buddy Joe Rogan, and I say my buddy because we listen to each other. I listen to him; he doesn't listen to me. So I listen to Joe Rogan a lot, and I notice he does a lot of MMA episodes, and I don't give a shit about MMA really, and so I don't listen to those. But I noticed a couple weeks ago he started releasing them under a different title and started over the show count. So I started that, did that for the sports stuff, because honestly, this was supposed to be Merle's Inlet Sports Nerds in the beginning is what we were called, and I mean, I want you. Well, I've already gone through all that. You guys have figured it out. So still want to do some sports talks, but now that I'm getting to where I'm releasing on Sundays and Wednesdays on the regular my stuff, I wanted to have a concrete day in which I would talk about sports, and usually I might do a few of these on Tuesdays, but then I'll steal from Bill Burr because all we do is steal from each other, right? That's all we do. But I'm going to steal from Bill Burr. He does the Monday morning, Thursday afternoon podcast, so I may do Sports Talk Thursdays, Tuesday edition, or I may do Tuesdays and Thursdays. Who knows? Who knows? I can't see the future. Can you? If you can, hit me up because we need to converse. Chuck Taylor. You like that? All right. So I'm going to start by asking the question: is LeBron tired? Everybody's doing, like, you got all these body language fucks who are talking about he was leaning over while free throws were being shot instead of standing up. Well, he's 34, right? I mean, he's been playing this game forever, and this is the longest postseason I'm pretty sure that LeBron has had. Our longest season. I think he's played 100 games this season, and I'm pretty sure that that's the longest season that LeBron has, or the most games he's ever played in a season. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure I heard that last night on the ESPN, but maybe not. The thing is whether or not LeBron is tired. Should your coach be saying that, yeah, you're tired, yeah, you're fatigued, yeah, he looked tired? I mean, I don't know. This is the thing. When LeBron when LeBron's not feeling well or when he's not performing to maximum capacity, then uh, his teammates are not going to be playing at max capacity. It's just not going to happen. He is he is the leader of this team. No matter what Tyronn Lue wants to think, who he like I said on Facebook, he looks like he can't hear what you just said all the time. It's no matter what he wants to think, he's not the leader of this team. LeBron James is, and if LeBron is not performing at max capacity, then well, that's gonna that's gonna make his team not perform that well either. Which I know is not profound information, but I have a really 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 far fetched theory on this. I think LeBron rests. I think he likes to rest. And the reason I say this is because he's been in the most playoff games of any other active player, right? He has to have been. I mean, he's been in every NBA Finals over the last 7 years, and potentially 8 if he wins 2 more games. Uh, he has to have been in more playoff games than any other active player, right? So think of this. Maybe he has seen things go down a certain way and see that maybe if a team gets a 3-1 lead, that maybe they back off a little bit because they feel like they've already won. And just hear me out on this. I know it's ridiculous. I know nobody wants to go down 3-1 in a series. But what if these people just feel like, okay, we've already got them beaten out. Maybe you mentally back off a little bit. Maybe LeBron is literally playing chess to their checkers. Maybe he has that Greg Maddox effect in basketball. And for instance, Greg Maddox, the great Braves pitcher, said that he could have thrown a no hitter, but he didn't have to. He would let somebody get on second or let somebody get on base so that they could get thrown out at second for a double play as well. I mean, he could have done much more monumental things as far as no hitters or perfect games or whatever, but it's not his style to do so. What if LeBron gives them a couple of games to say, all right, so here you go, you're up in it now, you're up in the series, so I guess you can back off a little bit because you kind of got it won right there. I mean, maybe not, maybe not, but I don't know. Looking at LeBron, I don't think he looks tired. I think he just looks like he's letting them think they've beat him. But I mean, shit, maybe, who knows? I mean, 9 times out of 10 they win big in Cleveland, and then we have to see, if Boston's going to be LeBron's Achilles heel. Actually, playing in Boston. But what they've lost. They've got like some sort of ridiculous home streak in the playoffs in Boston. So LeBron, 233 games. Next is Tony Parker with 226 of active players. Thank you, Brother Patrick. Well done there. Look at that. Tyler Brown told me I should do that. Start asking people. Yeah, fact check me. Good shit. All right. So, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Boston's won a lot of games at home. And the only thing that Cleveland has going for them in Boston is the fact that LeBron James is on their team. I don't believe that LeBron James is going to lose a game 7. I'm almost positive he's not going to lose a game 6. But he's LeBron James. He's the greatest player in the world, and his teammates are equally as good. But maybe they're doing what Scott Farrell was saying, and maybe they're just covering everybody else except LeBron. Let LeBron get his however many fucking points. Even if he scores 80, he's not going to win. Can't beat him by himself. So anyway, maybe he's doing that. Maybe they're doing that, and that's how they're so successful. But either way, for now, the Alabama LeBron stat is still alive. Alabama won the championship this past year, so LeBron's turn to match that. We'll find out more tonight after Game 5 of the Western Finals to find out who the Cavs or the Celtics might have to play. That series is tied 2-2, and apparently Steph Curry had a bad game. I see all this shit on Facebook of somebody put a poster of or a picture of Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, and it's like that Laurel Yanni thing. Like, what do you hear? And it's Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, and the thing goes, bitch. Saw that on Facebook. I shared it a while ago. I don't know, it's not funny, but it's funny. Laugh. It's funny. Anyway, it just seems like they had a bad game, and I was listening to Tiki and Tierney a minute ago talking about this. They were like, if people always make excuses for athletes. Like if an athlete has a bad game, they're like, oh, well, maybe he had something going on at home. Maybe it was this or maybe it was that. And Tiki or Tierney was like, they're not. They would never say that for me. Like if I have a bad day or something goes on at home with my wife or whatever have you, they don't ever give me the excuse of maybe something just went wrong or something happened. I don't know. Athletes live under a different set of laws, apparently, according to them, which I don't really. Maybe they just had a bad day. Either way, Game 5 tonight at 8 o'clock. I think that's the only thing that's on, if I'm not mistaken. So watch that and see what fucking happens. So the Vegas Golden Knights are going to play the Capitals, and that is only relevant to me for one reason, and that's the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm in absolutely no way a hockey fan, and I could give a shit less. It does not matter to me at all. But this is making it fun for me to watch, man. This story is so fucking great. And I know the last expansion team to win a Stanley Cup was the Hurricanes, and I believe that I said in the last time I referenced that, I'm pretty sure that I said that the Hurricanes won in their inaugural season, and I may have been wrong on that. I haven't actually looked it up. Look it up if you feel up to it, there, Patrick. But I was told at trivia the other night that it was their second season that they won in. Recycle your plastics. But either way, it was still an expansion team that won the Stanley Cup, and they were the last ones to really do it. This being Vegas Golden Knights' inaugural season, say, okay, check and see if the Carolina Hurricanes won their inaugural season or their second season. Thank you, Patrick. I got Patrick on live for those listening to audio, checking Patrick Hanna, our trivia buddy. We got to find somewhere else to play trivia. Not just a trivia buddy, a real buddy. Got it. Right on, Patrick. But either way, that's the only reason this is relevant to me, because the Vegas Golden Knights have the opportunity to come in and win the Stanley Cup in their first season with a goalie who has been there before and apparently is, and this goalie is apparently Fleury is an Achilles heel to Washington, and apparently they haven't had the best luck over him in the past. And I'm pretty, was he not the Penguins goalie? Maybe you don't have to look that up. I'm just talking to myself here. Anyway, that's the only reason that's relevant to me. I'm kind of bandwagoning on the VGK. I'm even abbreviating them now. I'm kind of bandwagoning on them a little bit, because who doesn't want to see a good sports story? Because I've said it many times, we're alive throughout the best. We're alive through the greatest era in sports history, and this would just make that story even better, if you ask me. So, and ironically enough, the Vegas has its home team favored to win the finals. So, there's that. If I get any information about the Hurricanes or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just that's for just my own mentality. But anyway, now on to something that I actually fucking watch. I thought it was way later, but they were the Hartford Whalers, and then a team relocated to North Carolina in 1997 and won its first Stanley Cup during the 05 and 06. Well, way later. Whoops. Oh, well. That was just for me, though. Thank you, Patrick, brother Patrick. Everybody say thanks, Patrick. Did you hear it, Patrick? They said it. I'm sure they did. Right now, if you know Patrick Hanna, go to his Facebook page and say thank you, Patrick, to show that you were listening to this episode. Patrick, you're only going to get probably like 2 people. Heads up. Sorry for that. Anyway, baseball's been a lot of fun to watch over the last few weeks. And it's because I think a lot of young teams, a lot of young kids are playing right now, and it's making people interested in watching how well they can do. I just dropped something and caught it in epic fashion. I wish that camera was be able to catch it. Like I caught this. Anyway, a lot of young players, which is sort of making maybe younger people pay more attention to the game. And I heard a stat last night that said that recently, and I referenced this in one of the first ones that I did after we changed the name, that if the Yankees didn't win damn near, I don't know, every game that they played this year, that there was something wrong with the system. Well, they've been doing very well enough to where that there is a stat that said the Yankees are like something and when scoring 10 runs. Well, no shit. If you can, I mean, if you score 10 runs and lose the game, who are you, the fucking 2017 Braves? You got that bullpen? See, I'm getting angry even thinking about last year's Braves, but guess what, y'all? See, it was only a matter of time before it came to this. Of course, I'll only do these so that I can maybe talk about the Braves for a little bit. I put on Twitter last year before the season, 2017 NL East champions, the Atlanta Braves. Well, I was way wrong on that. I mean, in a big way. Because we had literally one of the worst seasons I have ever witnessed in my career as a Braves fan. But it looks like this is an actual possibility this year. Like we stand the chance to actually win the East this year. If not a wild card, at least. We've pretty much, the East is pretty stacked, however. Like the Mets are in 4th place in the East, but they would be winning in the West. And that's unheard of. I like the NL East just came out of nowhere. And I mean, the Marlins are down there doing God knows what with Jeter. And apparently that something, I think I may have referenced this in another episode, but just in case I haven't, there was some sort of foul play with the Marlins registering their headquarters in somewhere outside of America so that they could claim foreign ownership. And some writer, some newspaper writer from where was he from? Miami. He's actually from Miami. So one of the sports writers from Miami went down to the address that they had registered this. Or their foreign ownership address, and it was a P.O. box. So that's a big no-no. So apparently they're just trying to claim foreign ownership, and I don't know that they may have some front office issues that are going to go down or some changes that are going to be made. But looks like they told this guy that he can no longer cover the Marlins. They won't allow him back into the stadium. And he can no longer cover the team, and that's just a big deal. Looks like they're trying to hide something. There's something awful fishy going on here. Hey, you see what I did there, Marlon? Something awful fishy going on down there. Yeah. But anyway, that was a little tangent. Where was I at? So the Mets are in 4th place, but in the East, but would be leading the West. Now, we struggled with the Phillies yesterday, but that was Jake Arrieta starting, so I'm not worried about losing to Jake Arrieta. I mean, let's be honest, he's a monster. And we've kept the Phillies about a game and a half to right now we're half a game ahead, and we've kept them there for the majority of the season. But there's still the Nats and the Mets that are right behind the Phillies, and there's a lot of baseball to be played. A lot of baseball to be played, and I don't know. I'm excited to watch the end of the season, and it looks like I said, there's an actual possibility that we could win the East this year, or at least make it to the playoffs. Which I won't even know how to act if we make it to the actual playoffs. And I'm not talking about that bullshit 1-game wild card, which is horse shit, by the way. Fucking infield fly rule. Look up the infield fly rule for your own. You look up the infield fly rule, and I guarantee you it'll be a Braves video, just for your own homework or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, A lot of baseball to be played, but our young guys have really stepped it up. And there's several of our boys that are in the All-Star talks, and we could have the majority. We could probably have the most players on the National League All-Star team if all of the names that are in the talks get selected. I mean, Ender Inciarte is going to make it. Ozzy Albies has to be there. Ronald Acuna, and he hasn't been as hot as he was, but he's still a monster. And Freddie Freeman's going to be there. They may even take Kurt Suzuki. He's been hitting the ball well. There's a lot of Braves that could be in this conversation. So the All-Star game could be like a Braves game. So that'd be fun. Anyway, we got a really good team now that we dropped Joey Bats. Hopefully that'll clear up enough space to accommodate one Mike Moustakas, who the Orioles are in a position to where the season's basically out of reach. Like they may be too far behind to do anything. So they may be looking to unload some players. And we could really use another veteran in Atlanta. So it would be really good. I'm glad that we got rid of Joey Bats. He just seems like locker room cancer. But if we get Mike Moustakas, who, if I'm not mistaken, played with Nick Markakis, I don't know. That may have been a couple of overlapping seasons there, but maybe not. I could be wrong there. Fact check me if you feel like it. Either way, if we could get him in Atlanta, we could make a run like the mid-90s for the NL pennants for years to come. And I'm very excited about this. Very excited about this. But anyway, I'm going to keep these episodes short. And since I'm more than likely going to be doing these multiple times a week, according to if something big in the sports world happens, I may drop a 5-minute episode or something like that. But I'm going to be obviously numbering these differently and naming them differently. And it will honestly probably end up being the Tuesday and Thursday thing. Or I might spread them out differently. Things could change. Who knows? It's fucking life. Things might change. I don't know. I'm not a real wizard. Or am I? I did make... Oh, I can't talk about that. Can't talk about that yet. It's a surprise for some folks. Anyway, I'm going to get the F out of here. Game 5 of the Western Conference tonight at 8 o'clock. Series tied at 2-2. My buddy Daryl Price, I talked to him the other day about who do you think was gonna be in the finals, and I think he picked the Cavs, but he couldn't tell between Golden State and Houston. But he seems to believe that the Cavs stand a chance to beat Houston, maybe not Golden State, but who knows? We'll see. Find out tonight who is going to go up in that series at about 8 o'clock, and find out right now what you're about to do the rest of your day, because this podcast is officially over. See what I did there? Because I don't. All right. Enjoy your days, folks. Peace, bitches. All right, that's that. Thanks for watching. You did good. You did so good. That's a big old thumbs up there for you. And there was a moment of silence for something bad that might have happened. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just trying to be nice. We're going to get the F out of here, guys. Farewell to you. Cornbread's playing the Creek Rats tonight, by the way. Stop by and check us out. That reflection, huh? The TV reflection. One day we'll figure out how to do that. Bye. Bye, Patrick. Bye, Patrick. Bye.